We know about Billy's adherence to data and following the data wherever it leads. What do you think it says right now about the prospect for live events and the way in which technology plays into that business model?
Yeah, we've been surprised by just how quickly the live entertainment market is coming back post-COVID. And particularly when you look forward to 2022, next year, it's going to be just a blockbuster year for live entertainment. There's a ton of pent-up supply and demand. We, SeatGeek, came into the pandemic growing at about 70% annually, had been for a while, have continued to gain share over the course of the last 18 months. So you combine that with the market itself growing and sort of natural tailwinds we have to our business, and I think we're going to be able to build something very, very valuable.
What do you say to investors who are like, yeah, we get that you're making up for lost time as the pandemic took live events? I mean, there was a time where we wondered if we would ever go to a live event again. But where is structural growth beyond making up for the dislocation? Are there new categories or just new sheer volume events or higher prices?
Yeah, stepping back, we started SeatGeek because on one hand, I believe live events are these incredible, magical, life-affirming experiences. And yet, historically, the process of buying tickets, actually going to them, has been really painful. It's like dealing with your cable company. So SeatGeek ultimately solves that. We make it incredibly simple so that fans can ultimately do more stuff, do that spontaneously. We have a feature called Swaps that allows fans to return tickets so that if they're worried about something getting rescheduled, they can return tickets back to SeatGeek. And importantly, we're also vertically integrated back to many venues and major teams across the U.S. and abroad, such that we're providing software to teams and venues that allow them to run their businesses. And that vertical integration is really important because... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Jack, it's just that the ticketing industry is notoriously complicated by the fact that Ticketmaster is a giant. It has exclusive arrangements with a number of these large venues, if not the vast majority of them. And then you also have other players such as StubHub. How do you see all of this playing into the competitive landscape? And where do you hope to gain market share?
Yeah, it relates to what I was just talking about, where Ticketmaster has had those relationships historically. We're very focused on building the best technology possible. And over the past few years, we've seen many major venues switch to SeatGeek. We're honored to be working with the Dallas Cowboys, the Brooklyn Nets, the Cleveland Cavs, New Orleans Saints, many other major venues and teams. They're making that choice because they see that SeatGeek software is incredibly powerful because it makes their fans much happier and it allows them to run their business better. So it's a case of providing the best technology on earth and teams and venues switching and making choices as a result.
And do you think there's more upside for you in converting more venues from Ticketmaster to your platform, or is it in the secondary market, which there's always a lot of action in when it comes to ticketing?
We're not focused on converting from a specific competitor, but we are absolutely focused on signing many more enterprise clients. We've had tremendous growth in that over the last few years. We signed a few more major ones during COVID, and that's absolutely something we plan to do over the next few years. It's going to be further accelerated by this transaction and by bringing Redbird into the fold. Redbird is a firm that's got a long track record in sports and entertainment, work with a bunch of teams, and they're going to only help us accelerate that.